Hiya, freaks and ghouls, slashers and psychopaths, scaredy cats and scaredy dogs. I'm your horror host with the most, the Headless Glen, and welcome to Graveyard Grumblings, where we're back at it again with a Christmas video. Mostly because these are easy to make, because I'm going off of picture books. In this video, we're going over Frosty the Snowman from the Golden Book, rather than going over his incarnation from the Rankin Bass universe. Mainly because that's a lot of films that I don't have a lot of time to watch. The Golden Book version of Frosty the Snowman is an adaptation of the song of the same name, retold by Annie North Bedford, and illustrated by, I don't know how to pronounce the first name, Malvern. This video will just be going over specific abilities rather than going over stats, because the stats that Frosty the Snowman has are none, because he doesn't have any feats. But anywho, first things first, the hat that gives Frosty life has a few things. Like, the hat comes out of nowhere, and it's described as like magic, how it just was basically summoned. The hat itself shocked a kid who put it on Frosty's head, which could be slight pain manipulation or electricity manipulation, or it could be something else entirely. I don't know. If you know a possibility, please leave it down in the comments. The hat also, of course, has life manipulation because it brings Frosty to life, and it seems to give him knowledge. Once the hat is on, he knows about the magic the hat has, as well as things like stores. He knows English completely, it seems, and stuff like that. As for Frosty himself, he has temperature manipulation and ice manipulation. He was able to cause sleds going down a hill to go swifter and farther than they ever had before, which this could either be stat manipulation, which just means he's making the sleds go faster than they normally would, or more likely it's him manipulating snow that the sleds are going on to allow them to go farther. Because he shows this when he is allowing kids to pack snow more firmly so they can build, like, a snow house better than they ever had before. And why I'm specifically saying temperature manipulation rather than just snow manipulation is the way snow packs is the temperature of the snow, because when it's completely at 0 degrees Celsius, it's dry, so it can't actually stick together. Whereas when it is slightly warmer, snow is able to stick together because the bonds are melting, so you can pack them together better. As long as the kids were with Frosty, they didn't get cold. And this was said because of his warm heart or magical smile. It's likely that this magic itself is a type of temperature manipulation, because he's keeping the kids warm. All of these abilities, if Frosty were to have, let's say, bloodlust, he could potentially make these people freeze, because he'd bring down their body temperature or make them warmer. I don't know, he could make them sick, I guess. It's not crazy in terms of attack abilities. It's not like a crazy hack, but it's interesting, I suppose. By the way, unlike the Rankin Bass version, when the hat is removed from Frosty's head without him, willing it to be that way, because in the Rankin Bass, he's able to remove his hat and still be fine, but if someone else does, he dies. Well, not dies, but he no longer is alive. Whereas in this, his hat gets blown off and he's chasing it, so he's still living. But eventually he does melt, and the kids don't see it. So this is the weird thing. Frosty potentially has immortality. The kids ask a police officer where Frosty is, and the police officer says, "Frosty the Snowman has got away. Where all snowmen go on a sunny day. But he'll be back at your bidding and call, whenever great heaps of snowflakes fall." And the ending, the last page says, "and he did," or "he does," something like that. And it shows Frosty appearing in this portal, or there's light just beaming behind him in a circle, and he just appears. You could argue, like, portal or teleportation or regeneration, but it is a type of immortality, because it just means whenever there is, like, heaps of snow, Frosty will return, even if you, like, kill him, theoretically. Unless you, like, destroy the hat, I would assume. Something like that. So Frosty does have quite a variety of abilities, but I'm not exactly sure how good he would be in a fight. He might defeat Eyeless Jack. I don't know. Eyeless Jack probably wouldn't attack him because he doesn't have any organs. But anywho, with all that said, I hope you're still having a good holiday. It hasn't snowed in the graveyard, which is pretty boring and lackluster. Honestly, the season's been kind of a bore for me. But anywho, with all that said, stay frosty.